All right, no goofing around this time. Serious stuff. Good day, everyone. What is Dorian? How do you regard this melodic form? All right, it's the second scale degree. It's built off the second scale degree. It's a new scale. If you're in the key of C, all natural notes, right? No sharps, no flats. If you're in D, Dorian, D is the second note in the key of C. All you're doing, for our intents and purposes here, is using D through D, right? D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. And there is your Dorian scale. It has a beautiful sound to it. I regard it as being the second mode in the key of C. It's the second mode in any key, right? It's just that you build off the second scale degree. Let's use it that way first. D through D, all natural notes. I'm just going to play at one octave, starting with my fourth finger on the A string. All right, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. One octave. Wow, that's very nice, isn't it? It's very, very kind scale. Start with the first finger and go 2 octaves. Octave 1, beginning of octave 2. Ah, it's very nice. All of these scales should be regarded as ideas, not just necessarily a fingering on the fingerboard, on the keyboard, on your horn, whatever. It's a melodic concept, right? You can play it anywhere, and you should play it everywhere. Don't be reliant on any one particular form. So practice this one, but realize that those notes can be played anywhere on the fingerboard, anywhere, and it would still be D Dorian. So we have D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. There's another 1 octave scale. If I continue into the second octave, I'll have this. Right? Oh, it's so good. I think the Basset Hound's coming, everyone. Yes. Hello, Daisy. Hi. Can you lay down? Lay down somewhere, okay? Did I already show you this one? I did. We did this one. Let's now work on the D Dorian scale in patterns. Let's take ascending thirds, right? So we're going to treat each note of the scale until it's finished at the note D. We're going to treat each note like it's the beginning of a 3-note pattern. As an example, D, E, F. Now go to the second scale degree, E, and play up third. Up a third. Up third. Right? Quite nice. Alternate pick the whole thing. Try inverted thirds. Play root to third, then second to fourth, third to fifth, 4 to 6, 5 to 7, and then 6 to the root. It's kind of a cool way to practice it. Do the same thing descending. Root note to the 6th. It's weird coming back. Gotta count backwards and such. Let's see, 7, 2, 5. All right, 6, 4. 5, 3. 4, 2. And 3, 1. Ooh. So if you guys have ever learned the minor scale from the lesson on natural minor or Aeolian, you'll remember, or you'll see soon if you haven't looked at it, that the minor scale off of D is formed like this: D, E, F, G, A, B flat. Right, a little bit different. C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. So D Dorian and D natural minor or Aeolian, they only differ by that one note, the quality of the sixth, which is B flat in the minor scale and then B natural in the Dorian scale. So lots of people will treat, or I should say, you can treat D Dorian as being its own thing, like a completely autonomous scale that has no relation to anything. You know, it doesn't have to be related to the key of C. I don't suppose. I guess my point is that some people regard that scale as being related to the minor scale, but with a raised sixth scale degree. So what was B flat has now been raised to B natural, minor, and then there's Dorian. So I guess what I'm going to do next, guys, is replay the chord progression that we had in the beginning to practice the scale on top of the chords. I'm just going to run through it like 4 times in a row, right? You can loop this section if you'd like. I'll play it twice, then you can loop it. Practice, hearing what each note of the scale sounds like against these chords. They're all drawn from the mode D Dorian, right? All natural notes. So the first chord that I'm playing is a D minor 6, 2, 3, 4 to a G9, right? To a C major 7 in first inversion, 2, 3, 4, to an F9, F major 9. Right, so there will be the chords for the progression. Every chord's going to last for 4 beats. Just take it slow. Same tempo we had in the beginning of the video. Guys, like I was saying before, try this whole scale thing in terms of like a musical ideal, rather than like a hard and fast way of making a scale happen on the fingerboard. Try your hardest to be always aware of what note you're playing. So when you're improvising, you're not limited to one particular scale shape or gesture. So like as an example, like if here's another way we can play the same scale. We can do it laterally, all right? Kind of nice. It's more like a pentatonic sort of thing where you're playing 2 notes per string. Very cool. It's changing timbre. It's going up the scale, but it's also progressively getting brighter because I'm going to the thinner strings closer to the nut. Right? Kind of a cool thing. Very cool, actually. If I stayed in position, the timbre of those notes, the quality of the sound is much darker, richer. If you're going for bright, then perhaps you would consider working again towards the nut. But that's not really a widely accepted way of making a scale happen. Typically people stay in position, but there's nothing saying that you have to. Why do you have to do anything in music? Whatever sounds good is good, right? So let's take a look at a couple of these again in conclusion. Let's look at these. First position. Oh. Oh.